evening, Gary Burleski, along with my broadcast partner, Zach Morris. We are at Little Chute High School tonight for our ThedaCare Orthopedic video stream game of the week, and we got a good one. What a great non-conference game. Both teams won last week by identical scores of 42-0 FEO over Kewanee, while Little Chute blanked Appleton Xavier. As I mentioned, two really good teams. Little Chute just about 5 minutes from a gold ball last year in Madison. They returned many starters, including outstanding running back Reese Joten. When we get back, we're going to hear from the head coaches. First, we start with Fox Valley Lutheran head coach Seth Yeager, and then we're going to hear from Little Chute head coach Mark Kromenecker. It's the ThedaCare Orthopedic Video Stream Game of the Week right here on The Score.
You love to move, to ride, to chart your own course. You live life at full speed. Sometimes you take it a little slower, but when pain slows your stride and keeps you off the trail, you want help now. At ThedaCare Orthopedic Walk-In Care, we help you move like you mean it, today, not someday. ThedaCare Orthopedic Walk-In Care. Get seen. Get moving.
Dusty boots from a hard day's work, a sense of progress and pride. A hard hat adorned with a collection of successful projects and dreams brought to life. These are trademarks of a construction worker, their unique signature. At Myron Construction, the men and women who build our projects from the ground up balance artistry and skill with safe, quality construction. Their legacy reaches far beyond the physical structures they build, setting the stage for our clients to do what they do best. Together, we're building excellence.
And welcome back to the ThedaCare Orthopedic Video Stream Game of the Week. Gary Burleski now joined by FEL head coach Seth Yeager. And Coach Yeager, great win last week against Kewanee. Just talk about the win, 42-0. Obviously, you guys did a lot of good things.
Yeah, the guys did some great adjustments throughout the game just to be successful on both phases of the ball, all the phases of the ball, and proud of them for the effort they put in.
Seemed like offensively good mix with Braden at quarterback. Just talk about that mix that he brings. Obviously, it's a good running, but 3 touchdown passes as well.
Yeah, we have some good weapons for him to target in our wide receiver core. And he can get down on his legs, too. He had some good blocking out up front with those wide receivers as well.
That's one thing I noticed, especially with the wide receivers. Got some guys back with some speed. It seems like you guys got a lot of good speed on offense. Yeah,
it seems to we keep filling in some guys every year that really take pride in their speed and running good routes, and we have the quarterback to get it to them a lot of times.
I think we're about 3 weeks in, got game one under the belt. Who are some of the players that have really stood up for you and took a really good role this year in the leadership of ways?
I would say our captains, Andrew Berger at offensive line, Braden Hodges on both sides of the ball, and then Jacoby obviously at receiver. These guys are great leaders. They bring a lot of positive energy to our kids and our team every week, every practice, so they're a huge part of what we do.
Is there one area this year where you maybe had to reload a little bit more, maybe the loss of some seniors, or I know you got a good balance of some guys back, but obviously every year you're going to lose some guys.
Yeah, it's nice how the pieces fit. You know, we have some younger guys that got some reps, and so we had to rely on them this year to step it up, as some sophomores, some juniors to step in, and they've done a good job so far.
Let's talk about how important it is to have a guy like Braden back at quarterback. Obviously a lot of experience last year, put up some good numbers, but just having that experience at the quarterback position.
Yeah, he stepped in the role after his brother last year, and that the family really takes football seriously, so they study to do the work, put in the prep time, and it really shows off in the field.
All right, obviously tonight, big test here against Little Chute. What do you expect with the Mustangs?
Ground and pound, and then a couple passes every once in a while. Very physical team, obviously had a lot of success last year, and so they're physical. Great team, and it's fun to scout against them, that's for sure.
Yeah, scouting their offense, obviously you know what they're going to do. I guess that's one thing, but the other thing is trying to execute and try to contain them.
Exactly, and they have so many weapons in different positions, whether that's their offensive line is very good at blocking, and obviously Jordan's a great running back, and quarterback's is mobile too, so you got to make sure that we respect all those weapons.
For keys defensively, staying at home, I imagine you want to be disciplined, let the guys know their role and perform that, and try not to do too much, because I think when guys try to do too much in this offense, that's where they give up the big plays.
Exactly. You kind of took it out of my mouth. We talked about know your role. Know your role, play physical. And that's what a lot of part of this game is, playing physical, using our quickness to get to points of attack and go from there.
And how do you guys approach this? Obviously for you, non-conference game, but such a good opponent that'll get you ready for the conference once you guys get going here.
As we know, every game now, since the multiplier, everything counts. And to face a team this early in the season is a really good test for us to see where we're at, what we need to work on, and going forward in the season, again, something to look forward to.
All right, awesome. Seth Yeager, FEL head coach, best of luck tonight. Best of luck on the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And when we return, we're going to hear from Coach Kromenacker and the Little Chute Mustangs. It's the ThedaCare Orthopedic Video Stream Game of the Week here on The Score. Fall football is an exciting tradition at Fox Valley Lutheran High School. Whether it's music, sports, academics, or co-curriculars, FVL students are well prepared for the challenges of the world today. Caring teachers, timeless truth, and a state-of-the-art facility make FVL an outstanding choice for those important high school years. To find out more about Fox Valley Lutheran High School, give them a call. Their number, 739-4441. That's 739-4441. Or look them up on the web at fvlhs.org.
You like to go places and move fast. No, not that fast. A different kind of fast. You play like you're years younger. Because he just wants to have fun with Grandpa. So pain, there's no time for that. With ThedaCare Orthopedic Care, we help you move past pain. So you can keep doing what makes you, well, you. ThedaCare Orthopedic Care. Stronger you. Starting now.
And welcome back now, visiting with Little Chute head coach Mark Kromenacker. And Coach, let's talk about last week. Nice win over Xavier. Obviously 42-0. A lot of things went well, I suppose, last week.
Yeah, they did. But I think if you're an outsider listening to me talking to the team at halftime, you would probably think it wasn't going well because we're up 29-0, but there was plenty of things that could be improved, such as tackling and taking care of the football. So we got a very high standard if we want to compete at the level that we think we should. So there's plenty that we can improve on and that we worked on this week.
I think that's a great point. Still early, week one in the books, but this early in the season, as you mentioned, there's still a lot to work.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, if we take care of the football and if we tackle, we can compete with any team that we're going to face all season. But it really doesn't matter what happens after that. It doesn't matter how many seniors we got. It really doesn't matter rankings. If you don't take care of the football, then it doesn't matter. You gotta be disciplined.
Obviously, last year, you guys got the Madison, the Silver Ball. I know that's in the past, but a lot of guys back, as you mentioned. I mean, what are the goals and aspirations for this year's Mustangs?
Yeah, well, we just got to take it week by week. We got a lot of tough opponents, especially early in the year, and so we got to focus on what's important right now. And so tonight we got a very, very difficult test. So we got our hands full tonight.
Last week, I didn't look in the rushing. I think 9 different guys carried the ball. Obviously, you guys are offense runs on the ground game, but how important is it? Obviously, everybody knows how good Jordan is, but to get other guys involved as well.
Yeah, well, we have some depth in the backfield, and so that makes it fun because we got a lot of competition. So, these spots are not locked up. We had sophomores last week, Sam King and Reed, who stepped up, and they're fighting for more playing time. So it just makes it fun because practice is more fun. Everybody's ready to go. You never know who's going to be up next. And, yeah, if you can get 9 different people touching the football, then good things are going to happen.
That's the same question to Coach Yeager. I guess early on, who are some of the guys on your team that have really stepped up leadership-wise?
Well, Barrett Tamuline, he's been the center now for 3 years, but he's the guy that everybody goes to. He's the dude that is always in the weight room and is always making sure guys are on task and disciplined at practice. So he's awesome. We got a ton of seniors. It's tough. We got 23 seniors, and I've never had that at any school I've been at. And so when you have seniors, you can compete in any conference, and so that's what we have this year. So we're looking for a lot of guys to step up as leaders this season.
And for you personally, for a second year here at Little Chute, obviously a lot of newness last year. Is it a little easier this second year for the kids and for the coaching staff?
Well, it's just easier because we don't have to start from scratch. We were able to just kind of pick up on some things in the summer compared to last year. Just everything is brand new, so that's been nice. We can then add a couple new wrinkles, a couple new tags that maybe we didn't have the ability to do last year because guys have at least a base knowledge.
And lastly, you mentioned you got a very worthy opponent here, Fox Valley Lutheran. Big win last week over Kewanee. As you mentioned, tough test tonight.
Yeah, they're athletic, that's for sure. They got a quarterback who is going to scramble around a lot, and he's very tough to bring down. We just have to tackle. We got to keep our feet moving. We can't stop on contact. We got a short stride. We got to keep our eye on the hip, and And then safeties and corners, we got to stay back because they'll scramble around and he can throw it pretty far. So it'll come down to discipline on the defensive side of the ball, and then, like I said, on offense, it's just us taking care of the ball.
All right, looking forward to it. Coach Kromenacher, best of luck tonight. Best of luck rest of the season.
All right, appreciate it.
All right. And when we return, we're going to have kickoff from Little Chute High School. It's our ThedaCare Orthopedic Video Stream Game of the Week here on The Score.
The low hum of heavy equipment, the drone of power tools, the swift movement of boots on the ground as craftspeople work safely and efficiently. These are the sounds of an active construction site, the core of our business. At Myron Construction, our teammates carry out the crucial job of bringing our clients' dreams to life. They hold in their hands the tools to make something out of nothing and build structures that will stand the test of time. Together, we are building excellence.
Time for a message from Central Temperature Equipment Service when it comes to commercial heating, cooling, refrigeration, sheet metal fabrication, and installation. Call Central Temperature Equipment Service. For over 45 years, they've been centrally located in the Fox Valley, focusing on you, the customer. And with Rheem Engineered for Life products, you know you're getting reliability. Visit centraltemperature.com today. We always do. And good evening, everybody. Gary Berleski along with Zach Morris. It is a beautiful Thursday night for football. We are at Little Chute High School for a very good non-conference matchup between two teams that won decisively last week by identical scores of 42-0. It's Fox Valley Lutheran making a relatively short trip to Little Chute High School to take on the Little Chute Mustangs. And Zach, last week we had maybe the second best game of the year as Menasha lost a heartbreaker to Plymouth. I don't know if we're going to be lucky enough to have that good of a game, but I think we got a good one tonight here at Little Chute.
Yeah, it's going to be a game where it's going to come down to who is more trained after. You take your struggles from week one, but both these teams are coming off big wins, but each coach told us there was plenty of things to work on. So the question will be, who can learn more from week one heading into week two?
I think the old coach's adage is like you want to see the most improvement from week one to week two. So I think it's a good point. Obviously you got week one in the books. Fortunately for both teams, they got a win, but I know especially Coach Kromenacher even said they were up 29-0. Had a lot of words at halftime. But that's why I think always early in the season there's always so many things to work on.
Well, the reason is that you probably got upset by either a missed block or a miscue is more the fact that you want to make sure that your team's prepared when you play a team like Fox Valley Lutheran where it gets tougher, where, yeah, you're cruising right along, but you want to be able to be prepared when those moments come up because you can't simulate those situations in practice.
And we'll speak with the home team first, Little Chute Mustangs. A great run last year under first-year head coach at the time, Mark Kromenacher. Mark came over from Appleton. It's now in his second season. But they had a great opportunity. We're very close to knocking off Winneconne in the state championship, but a few costly mistakes. But still a great season. And as he mentioned, 23 seniors coming back for this year's Mustang team.
Yeah, that's the thing, too. When you get your senior crew back, it's going to be a tough team to take on because they remember for everything from last year, the closeness and the battles they learned at state last year. This is where a team where you're that tightly knit, it's not going to be an easy team to beat.
And we are just about ready for kickoff, as I mentioned. A beautiful night for high school football here on a Thursday. A handful of games on the docket tonight across the state of Wisconsin. We'll try to do our best to get you some scores across, I know, Bayport and Kimberly, big matchup, along with Appleton North and West De Pere playing that game in West De Pere. So 3 really good games in our area and a really nice crowd on hand. You can see across the way the visitor section with Fox Valley Lutheran with the adults and the students dressed in, I think, looks like construction gear. So good turnout for them as well. I want to say special thanks to Hoffman Planning, Design, and Construction for sponsoring our kickoff tonight and all season long.
Hoffman Planning and Design Construction Incorporated for decades, a trusted partner for school districts, creating safe, inspiring spaces that stand the test of time and serving as your ally, your agent, your advocate. Hoffman.
Looks like Fox Valley Lutheran will be receiving the kickoff. Joshua Tuban will be doing the kicking for the Mustangs. And light breeze, if you're going from your video screen, looks like the wind, if there is any, would be going from right to left. So headed to this side of the field, may get a little advantage in the kicking and passing game, but it really, again, a beautiful night, not much wind, little, breezes popping up here and there, but for late August, we will take it. Here's the kick, short end over end kick coming down at the 15-yard line. And a big hole, and he's on the outside. That's Jacoby Duberstein with a nice return, and actually the kicker, Joshua Tubin, on the tackle, but a good starting position for FVL, and they're going to be led by their quarterback, number 11, Braden Hygis, 5'11" senior quarterback who accounted for 5 touchdowns last week, 3 through the air and 2 on the ground. His favorite receiver will be the guy who just had the kick, Jacoby Duberstein, 6' senior.
Well, you see the speed, or that's his favorite receiver.
In motion, Hyde just going to roll out to his right. He's got a receiver wide open. He's going to have a first down. Weston Byer on the reception, well taken into Little Chute territory. Nice play and the great execution. Hyde just rolled out. Byer came from the top of the screen to the bottom, and little pitch and catch, good for nice gain and a first down for the Foxes.
And that's what gets your offense that confidence. That first play, you're already inside the 50-yard line. This is what you expected for the Foxes.
2 running backs this time, and inside handoff will be to Duberstein, and he's going to be tackled for a short gain. Nice job on the pursuit by Trevor Verhagen. Verhagen, one of those names we'll call a lot. Leading wide receiver for Little Chute, also one of the better defensive backs on the Mustangs. Good pursuit for a gain of 2. Call it gain of 3, 2nd and 7. So you can see Zach seeing the versatility of Duberstein. Well, we saw it last year too with a couple big catches in a couple games we did. He's got excellent speed. 2nd and 7 for the Foxes. Byer in motion. Hyde just going to call his own number with the quarterback draw. Cuts it up. Going to be near first down territory. Reese Joden there for the tackle. Looks like it's just going to be about a yard short, so call it 3rd and 1 for FVL.
We were just notified that our quarter, so it's 4th quarter. So this is not the 4th quarter if you just start watching this broadcast. We are in the 1st.
Just underway. Good catch. It is clock running just under the about 10.5-minute mark here in the 1st quarter. No delays this week, thankfully. And they tried to draw, and I think they did. Able to get an encroachment penalty, and it will be a first down for FVL.
Yeah, it was a great just cadence to be able to get him to jump in. Once you pass that line, you're going to call encroachment. So this is what the Foxes needed to extend this drive. Now for the defense for the Mustangs, it's all about maintaining your one position. You can allow them to drive down the field. You just have to tighten up inside the red zone.
Yeah, one of the more frustrating penalties for the coaches, because especially the player knows literally about a foot away from the football. But again, very aggressive, wanted to try to make a play, and FVL took advantage of that aggressiveness for a first down. So 2nd first down of the drive. High just pass, little out pattern. That's complete to number 12, Jonah Tumuian. Nice gain on first down. We'll check out about 2nd and 6 for Little Chute. Good opening drive here for FVL, taking the opening kickoff. Got a couple of first downs at the 22-yard line of Little Chute. Weston Byer just to the left of Hygis at running back. Hygis, a lot of time to throw, looking into the end zone. He's got a receiver. It's going to be picked off by Joden at the 5. Jones got some running room, going to take it to the outside. Hygis there with a tackle. Hygis threw into double, maybe triple coverage, and the linebacker, Reese Joden, there for the first turnover of the night. And a big play by the All-State linebacker, Reese Joden.
That was just a great play to be able to get in front of the pass, and was just in the perfect position to get the interception, and that's what this defense has to do. Yeah, you can pass on them, get down to the 30-yard line, but make those big plays. That's what makes a great team.
Jaden Hermson in at quarterback, returning starting quarterback for the Mustangs. Verhagen in motion, and there's going to be an offside by a couple of the Foxes right away. So 5 free yards for Little Chute will make it 1st and 5 here in the first quarter.
Talking about situations that coaches don't want their players to be in. I mean, each side now has an encroachment penalty where it helped extend a drive for the Foxes, and now this one's just making it a little bit easier for the Mustangs.
1st and 5 at the 38-yard line of Little Chute. Once again, Verhagen in motion. Hermson getting some instructions from the sidelines. Now going to go into the spread formation. Verhagen takes it to the top of your screen right in front of the FL bench. Inside handoff to Joden. Joden going to try to cut it outside. He's got a first down near the 50-yard line. Call it a gain of 8 for Reese Joden, the first down of the night for Little Chute.
The running game was so potent last year for the Mustangs. There was an earlier level game here at Little Chute where they just ran all over their opponent. That was just, they can just go up and down this field with multiple players that can just take that ball and just head right to the end zone.
Yeah, only threw 2 passes last week, but had 9 different ball carriers. And again, handoff to Jones. Jones got a lot of running room. He's into the secondary. Near a first down. Will have a first down. Call it a gain of 11. Nice open field tackle by William Martin, but not after another Mustangs first down. Yeah, last week, 9 different Mustangs carried the ball. That's what I talked with Coach Yeager about. You know exactly what they're going to do. It's, one thing, but it's also executing and trying to stop them because Little Chute's so fundamentally sound.
Well, that's the thing. When they're so good at running the ball, you really don't need a pass.
Brett Verstegen in at running back right next to Hermson. Actually, make that Mason Schneider. Oh, Schneider, a little pass, and he's going to dump it off to Verhagen for a first down. A little trickery for the Mustangans as Schneider finds Verhagen for about a gain of 16. Another first down for Little Chute. They're almost in the red zone here with about 8.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Well, and that's the thing. If you just run all the time and teams start to just lull to sleep knowing that the run's coming, those plays are just so deadly in that situation. It's a perfect pass.
Joden back in, going to be just to the right of Jaden Hermson, the quarterback. Handoff to Joden. Joden, not much running room there. High just for the tackle. Joden's going to carry a couple Foxes for maybe another yard or two. Call it a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 for Little Chute.
But for him, I mean, not much running space, but still able to lunge forward and just push for a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, a lot of returning players for Little Chute. 23. Coach Kromenacher said it's the most he's ever had in a program. And many of these have started last year, too, on this offense. Jordan again cuts it inside. Jordan nearly broke a tackle. Nice job defensively. Saving a touchdown was Jack Kroenke. Kroenke doesn't make the tackle. We're going to have probably Jordan in the end zone.
Oh, yeah, that arm tackle is what basically knocked him down. So still a chance for the Foxes defense to hold on this set of downs. But right now for the Mustangs, that running game is just working to perfection.
Bringing in a few new players. 1st and 10 at the 15. First trip of the night into the red zone for FVL. Hermson under center. Hippus faked going in motion. Number 33 back at the wing back position. Joan directly behind Hermson. Inside handoff. Going to be kept by Verhagen. Verhagen taken at the 10. 5. Verhagen going to cut it into the end zone. 15-yard touchdown run for quarterback Jaden Hermson. Puts the Mustangs on the board by a score of 6-0. Nice job by Hermson following his blocks and then carrying a Fox player or two into the end zone for the initial score tonight.
I mean, that play action that he did instantaneously, you had the defense just focus on the running back. It was a great quarterback keeper, just be able to go to the push to the outside and have that open running lane, and again fought for that broke that tackle to get into the end zone.
15-yard touchdown run for Jaden Hermson. 7:07 here in the first. They're going to go for 2. Hermson again under center. Little pitch to Joden. Joden reaches into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is good. So with 7:07 to go here in the first quarter, Little Chute 8, Fox Valley Lutheran nothing. It's our ThedaCare Orthopedic video stream game of the week here on The Score.
You love to move, to ride, to chart your own course. You live life at full speed. Sometimes you take it a little slower, but when pain slows your stride and keeps you off the trail, you want help now. At ThedaCare Orthopedic Walk-In Care, we help you move like you mean it. Today, not someday. ThedaCare Orthopedic Walk-In Care. Get seen. Get moving.
Excitement is high this fall at Fox Valley Lutheran High School. FVL offers a tradition of excellence both in and out of the classroom. Our beautiful North Appleton campus is home to quality Christian education for all students, whether college-bound or interested in trades. To find out more about Fox Valley Lutheran High School or schedule a tour, contact us at 739-4441 or visit us on the web at fvlhs.org. We are back, and here's the kick high end over and kick that is going to go out of bounds. So penalty will bring the ball up the field, but a great opening drive. Actually, FVL had a really nice drive, and I think High just got a little greedy. Had a receiver, and I thought looked open, but Jordan did a good job from his linebacker's spot, Zach, of just falling back, almost played the role of safety and stepped in front of the intended receiver to get that first turnover of the night.
Yeah, when judging first drives of the game, the fact that you're able to move the ball for the Foxes, that's pretty great. Yeah, and an interception, but you know that your offense is clicking what you need to. You're able to get down to the other side of the field. Yeah, if I'm the Foxes, I'm still feeling pretty good just how the offense was able to click and gain some momentum. And I think this drive, they'll be moving the ball through the air pretty well and probably be inside the 50-yard line before you know it. And also starting at the 35 is also a great start to the drive.
That helps. High just back in at the spread formation. Going to be a little pitch to Byer. Byer's going to cut it left. Not much room there. Joden, one of the first Mustangs to greet Byer. Call it a gain. No gain, so 2nd and 10 for FVL. Good pursuit by this Mustangs defense.
Where High just will have to be careful about is all the defensive backs know there was an interception, meaning, all right, where's my chance to get my interception? Or if you want to get your second one in the game, they may be able to jumping route, so pump fakes might work out well the rest of this game for the Foxes.
Yeah, you're going to hear me call number 20 name Reese Jordan a lot tonight. All-state linebacker. Was actually excellent two-way player. I think we're going to get a substitute for FEL, one of the linemen going off the field. But an outstanding linebacker as well as Reese Jordan. I just shotgun formation. Going to call his own number. Quarterback draw. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet. Penalty down. Big run for Hydges. He breaks another tackle. He's going to be gone, but I think this is going to come all the way back. You see the athleticism of Braden Hydges. Would have been a 65-yard touchdown run, but you're going to call that one back, I believe, because of a holding penalty. The referee staying way back, so it will come back, unfortunately, for FEL.
Yeah, a lot of the fans kind of knew. So, well, it looks like it's going to be
actually
on Little Chute.
My bad. So it was a face mask penalty by Little Chute. So 65-yard touchdown run by Braden Hydges, and that's why you could credit to Hydges. You got to finish the play, and Hydges does from 65 yards out to make this an 8-6 game.
Yeah, I mean, the fans from FEL just weren't really cheering hard because they're like, all right, it looks like he scored, but that's probably going to be a holding penalty. Usually that is, but seeing that was a face mask.
Yeah, I apologize. It's usually, that certainly in the area of holding.
But as you mentioned, this is why coaches always tell players, continue to run the play until you hear that whistle. Just because
Absolutely.
you see a penalty on the ground doesn't mean that your play will get negated by it. You just have to take that chance, and for Hydges has kept on running and scored the touchdown.
Levi Herman coming in to do the extra point attempt for the Foxes. 1 minute drive for FEL, and here's the kick up and good. So with 6:07 left to go in the first quarter, it's our ThedaCare Orthopedic Care Fox Valley video stream of the week, game of the week here on The Score. It's Little Chute 8, Fox Valley Lutheran 7. We're back after this timeout.
Dusty boots from a hard day's work, a sense of progress and pride. A hard hat adorned with a collection of successful projects and dreams brought to life. These are trademarks of a construction worker, their unique signature. At Myron Construction, the men and women who build our projects from the ground up balance artistry and skill with safe, quality construction. Their legacy reaches far beyond the physical structures they build, setting the stage for our clients to do what they do best. Together, we're building excellence.
And credit Fox Valley Lutheran. They answer the Hermson touchdown with a touchdown of their own, the 65-yard run by quarterback Braden Hydges, and the point after makes it 7-0. And just exactly if you're Coach Seth Yeager, got to respond, and they certainly did, Zach.
Yeah, and not even really using the passing game. I mean, it's to be able to run their offense the way they want to. And now, again, the Foxes were able to get benefit with the kick going out of bounds. They're starting at the 35-yard line. It looked like this drive was starting to be handled by the Mustangs, but then Hydges bounced it out to the outside and kept on moving his legs and found open space on the far sideline and scored that touchdown.
Yeah, he broke a late tackle, sort of a stiff arm to get him past the safety, and after that he showed his great speed for the touchdown, and there was a penalty on the point after, so the Foxes will be kicking at their own 45-yard line. Will be Herman. A score update from New York. The Brewers top of the fifth, leading the Mets by a score of 4-0. Get you some Brewer scores and some other high school scores through the course of our broadcast. Here's the kick by Herman. High end over end, brought down by Tubin. Tubin, nice hole up the middle. It's going to get it right back to the 35-yard line. So interesting, you got the kicker, who's your kicker on the kickoffs, but also your return man on the kick return team for Joshua Tubin.
Smaller schools like to have their best athletes playing their best positions regardless of what it is. It's that weird scenario where you can be a kicker and a returner.
So once again, excellent field position for Little Chute. Good field position after the Reese Joden interception. Once again, Jaden Hermson under center at quarterback. Hip is in motion. Again, faking the motion. Second time he's faked me out tonight. And Hermson going to step back. Everybody looking at their play sheets on their wristbands. Now Hippus goes in motion. Inside handoff to Joe. Nothing there. Maybe a gain of 1. If not, right back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain for... well, maybe a gain of a yard.
It's hard to celebrate getting keeping it to a short gain because you know the next play can go deep for the Mustangs. It's more than just a running attack because they can get that one block and then boom, that running back is gone. So it just has to be focused for 3 straight downs and possibly 4 if it's going to be 4th and short.
Hermson under center. Verhagen. Hermson's going to call his own number. Breaks the tackle. Hermson into the secondary. He's going to have a first down. Hermson with 2 carries, both been productive. A 15-yard touchdown run. And they're a gain of 10 for senior quarterback Jaden Hermson for a Mustang first down.
And you can tell with Hermson, he has that experience where he knows when to cut up. He waits for that play to develop. He does the play action, waits for his lineman to make that one key block, and then knows when to take off. And that is the difference of quarterbacks trying to run this style of offense and those who have that experience, where some may do that fake and just run away with it right away. And when you do that, you're not giving time for that block to be made.
Charlie Vandenhavel now in the running back directly behind Hermson. Verhagen in motion. Inside handoff to again. Hermson faked me out. Took a big hit, though, and paid for it. That was a big hit by number 2. We've called his number once earlier, William Martin, on the hit for a good game, though, for Hermson. And you call it, Zach. Hermson just does such a good job protecting the ball and with those fakes, and then when he does run, he knows exactly what he wants to do.
Well, when you have the height of him too, and just be able to take a hit, I mean, that's another aspect that a lot of teams would love to have in their quarterback.
Vandenhavel this time is going to have a first down. Short gain, but we'll move the chains. 4:01 here in the first quarter. Little Chute 8, FEL 7. Well played at first game. Just a couple encroachment penalty and one personal foul. Been relatively clean.
A couple linebackers had a hold up to make sure that Hermson, if he had the ball or not, and because of that, that's where that first down run came from.
Yeah, that's exactly what we talked to about in Seth Jager, the FEL, knowing your role, because you have to stay in your position because Hermson's so good with the football. Again, inside handoff to Vandenhavel, and he will be near a first down, if not having the first down for senior running back Charlie Vandenhavel. That will be enough for a first down. The line judge telling the chain gang to move the chain 10 yards.
So unlike Friday where there were some high-scoring games in the Valley, it's a little chilly tonight. When I say chilly, it's just not as humid. It feels colder compared to what was last Friday night, and that's where there's some high-scoring games. These defenses will hold in a little bit more, especially being week 2.
Again, inside handoff to Vandenhavel. He's met by Hygis. Hygis pulling him back for maybe gain of 3 or 4. Also gives an opportunity to rest Reese Jordan a little bit at running back.
I mean, some of these runs, Gary, if Plymouth and Menasha were running like this, they'd be scoring almost every play.
Yeah, that second half we did last week, it was basically touchdown after touchdown, and it was a really entertaining high school football game.
High humidity with your first game of the year, not a great formula for defenses.
And we saw a lot of tired players and a lot of cramping that second half. Again, handoff. Hermson going to keep it himself. Should have a first down. He will, as the line judge moves the change. Near the, call it right at the 20-yard line. Gain of 6 for Hermson. Yeah, Hermson getting the calls from head coach Mark Kromenacher, and then you can see the players looking down over them on their left wristbands of Hermson will call the play. Again, inside handoff to Vandenhavel. Hygis again at linebacker position with a tackle. He's been busy. Also at the bottom of the pile, number 63 for FEL. Jacob Ratsberg on the tackle with the assist from Hygis. Got a gain of 3, 2nd and 7 for the Mustangs. Jordan checks back in at running back.
Yeah, if you're the Foxes, this is 4-down territory, so you have to hold on these next 2 plays and maybe get to a 4th and long.
Hermson under center. Hippus in motion. Inside handoff to Joden. Joden into the secondary near the 10-yard line. Should have enough for another first down. Call it a gain of 5, maybe 6. It's going to be first and goal for Little Chute. Let's see where they spot the football. Looks like right at the 10-yard line. So first and goal at the 10 for the Mustangs. Clock ticking, right around 50 seconds to go. Again, Mark Kromenacher. See him with the headset at the bottom of the screen with the play sheet in his left hand, calling out the instructions to his quarterback, Jaden Hermson. Inside handoff again to Jordan. Jordan down to About the 7-yard line. Gain of 3 for Joan. Could be the final play of the quarter if Little Chute elects. They could let the clock run out.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any advantage for the Mustangs. They want to try to get a quick play, but Iowa, the way the offensive line's blocking.
King in motion. Again, going to check back to his left wing pass, wing back. And we might let the clock run out here at 3, 2, and 1, and they will. So we've played 1 quarter of football here at Little Chute High School. Our ThedaCare Orthopedic video stream game of the week. Good one. Little Chute 8, Fox Valley Lutheran 7. We're back after this timeout.
You like to go places and move fast. No, not that fast. A different kind of fast. You play like you're years younger. Because he just wants to have fun with Grandpa. So pain, there's no time for that. With ThedaCare Orthopedic Care, we help you move past pain. So you can keep doing what makes you, well, you. ThedaCare Orthopedic Care. Stronger you. Starting now.
Myron Construction has the unique opportunity to build the landscape of our communities. We play a role in shaping the region as well as communities across the country. Our work supports a range of organizations and industries, ones that ensure health and well-being, secure resources for struggling populations, teach our children, enrich local economies, provide spaces for recreation and entertainment, and strengthen our neighborhoods. We create thriving, welcoming places for people to work, play, and engage. Together, we're building excellence.
We are just about ready for second quarter action, switching sides of the field as Little Chute now be going from our left to your right. Second and goal at the 8 for the Mustangs. Vandenhavel back in at running back. Verhagen in motion. Hermsen going to keep it himself. Hermsen at the 1 near the goal line. Going to be stopped just short. Nice job defensively by FEL. Hermsen, a good-sized quarterback, and just about used his strength to get into the end zone, but 1 yard short, so third and goal at the 1. Good pursuit by the Foxes defense, and no huddle. See if Hermsen will call his own number. Hermsen at quarterback sneak. Leaps into the end zone for his second touchdown of the night. Gives the Mustangs a 14-7 lead here with the 11:27 to go in the second quarter. Hermsen's second rushing touchdown.
I mean, when he leaped up, I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's in already. Little Chute looks like they'll be going for the extra point, unlike the last possession, went for the 2-point conversion.
We got an official timeout. Not sure what's going on. Well, actually, it'll be a timeout for Little Chute. And we'll be back after this timeout.
At Fox Valley Technical College, we believe the student comes first.
All of your instructors have industry background. We're talking years. That builds a really strong foundation for educational growth.
Part-time, full-time, it's really whatever is best for the student.
I'm a mom, I work 2 jobs, and I also go to school full-time.
It really just is a different kind of culture here.
This is just a place to be. Become exactly who you think you are.
$11:27 here to go in the second quarter. Little Chute calls a timeout. Wonder if they're going to change their minds and go for 2, Zach.
I would imagine they're going for 2 because if you're using a timeout, it makes sense. And the offense is back out there.
So they will go for 2. Jordan back in at running back. Verhagen in motion. Pitch to Verhagen. Verhagen thinking of passing, and he does. And beautiful catch. And, oh, wow, number 8. Matthew Peters goes up high, and Verhagen, the lefty, put it in the only spot that Peters could come down with it. And the 2-point conversion makes it 16-7. Little Chute with the lead. Time for a message from Central Temperature Equipment Service when it comes to commercial heating, cooling, refrigeration, sheet metal fabrication, and installation. Call Central Temperature Equipment Service. For over 45 years, they've been centrally located in the Fox Valley, focusing on you, the customer. And with Rheem Engineered for Life products, you know you're getting reliability. Visit centraltemperature.com today. We always do. Pitch and catch. I didn't think Peters had any chance of that, Zach. And really, Verhagen put it in the one spot up high, and Peters with a big leap with the two-handed catch for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a play they practiced before because, I mean, the way he rolled out and trusted his receiver, I mean, you could only have that connection if you hit that multiple times in practice, and I think that was a throw that he knew that receiver was going to catch it, and he kept playing. It's just amazing because of the 2-point conversion, I think it's a play that the Foxes really didn't expect, and it shows you where this offense can just be potent in many different ways. They don't pass a lot, but these trick pass plays have so far worked out pretty well for the Mustangs.
Yeah, they have 2 passes from 2 wide receivers, both with catches. Short end over end kick, and return going to be brought down. And a fumble, ball loose on the field, and Little Chute is going to have it. Lachlan Murphy on the I believe Silas Yeager on the return. Fumble, and number 7, I believe, Joshua Tubin again on the recovery. Talked about turnovers, and right now, second turnover of the night for FVL in Little Chute, with an opportunity here to take control of this game.
And if you are watching our video stream for the first time here on The Score, make sure you give us a like on our YouTube page. We'll let you know that the next game will be broadcast next week when we are live, which will be Appleton East at Neenah.
Tubin with a carry. He's got a lot of running room. Tubin in the secondary at the 20. Going to be pushed out of bounds into the red zone. Hodges saves a touchdown. Tobin has done it all for the Mustangs. He's the kickoff guy, the kick return guy, I think recovered the fumble guy, and now running back guy, and a big gain for Tubin, and it's into the red zone once again for Little Chute.
I mean, right now, all the momentum is on the Mustangs side. Everything seems to be working their way. You can see in the players, they're just being real excited for every play.
Tubin again. Short gain for Tubin.
And what I mean where these offensive linemen are just prepared to play now. I mean, look, the second that ball is snapped, they're already out pushing and clearing the path out for the running backs. And this is why it's been looking so easy for Little Chute to run. For the Foxes, they just have to dig deep because you're in a situation where this can get out of hand, more of the momentum side of it, and you really can't afford another touchdown.
Clock running, about 10:45 here to go in the second quarter. Little Chute on the move again after the fumble on the kick return by FVL. Pitch outside is to King, and he's hit for a loss. Big loss. That was number 20. Josiah Schaefer. Call that a loss of nearly 4 yards. Call it loss of 3, 2nd and 9 now for the Mustangs. First tackle of loss for the Foxes defense.
That was just a huge tackle there for the Foxes.
Inside handoff to Tubin, and again, no gain. Going to be 3rd and long. See if the Mustangs will go for it or bring in the kicking game. Be a relatively long field goal, and after having gone for two-point conversions, yeah, they're going to keep the offense on the field.
Now, this is where it's an offense that if you're the defense right now, how do you prepare for in 4th and 10. They may even run the ball here. It's just maybe to Hermson. I mean, you got to be careful who to cover.
Yeah, Verhagen, the wide receiver, just had the 2-point conversion on the pass. Earlier, Mason Schneider came in with a completion, the backup quarterback. This time, Hippus fakes, and we're going to get a timeout for Little Chute, their second of the half. We'll take a timeout as well. 9:03 to here to go in the second quarter. It's Little Chute 16, FEL 7. We're back after this timeout.
At Fox Valley Technical College, we believe the student comes first.
All of your instructors have industry background. We're talking years. That builds a really strong foundation for educational growth.
Part-time, full-time, it's really whatever is best for the student.
I'm a mom. I work 2 jobs, and I also go to school full-time.
It really just is a different kind of culture here.
This is just a place to be. Become exactly who you think you are.
You love to move, to ride, to chart your own course. You live life at full speed. Sometimes you take it a little slower, but when pain slows your stride and keeps you off the trail, you want help now. At ThedaCare Orthopedic Walk-In Care, we help you move like you mean it. Today, not someday. ThedaCare Orthopedic Walk-In Care. Get seen. Get moving.
4th and 10. Hermson going to pass it out wide. Little hook and ladder to Hippus, and going to be very short, close to the first down, but not enough. Nice job defensively for FEL as the Mustangs tried another trick play, the hook and ladder, and Tyler Hippus on the rush after the pitch back, but about a yard short. So FEL, after the turnover, holds on down. So nice job by the Fox's defense to stop Little Chute for the first time tonight.
Great discipline by FEL. When that hook and ladder happened, you're thinking, usually it's just a surprise that the defense doesn't know how to respond. Great job by the Foxes to be able to stop the Mustangs. And now that fumble is not a big concern right now for FEL.
High just looking to pass. Going to scramble to his left. Going to call his own number. And brought from behind. I believe that was Joden again. I just got to be careful the way he carried the football. Don't want to get stripped from behind for another turnover, but a positive gain on first down for Hygis and the Foxes offense.
Yeah, you can tell he wanted to look deep, but nothing was open. Just great pass coverage by the Mustangs.
Hygis again in the spread formation. Weston Byer, the running back, going to get the fake pitch. Hygis calls it. Little dump pass, a nice open field tackle. I believe that was Hippus on the tackle. Pass to Jacoby Doberstein. Call it a loss of 1. Hippus, excellent job with the pursuit and a beautiful open field tackle for Hippus. 3rd and 7 for FEL. And beautiful night for football. A lot of time to throw. He's going to go deep. Got him, receiver. It's Doberstein. Oh, he had him. Just out the off. Doberstein with the dive. That could have been an 87-yard touchdown pass. He was well behind the Little Chute defense, and one play that's so close to being a touchdown, but falls incomplete, so set up a punting situation for FEL. Great effort by Jacoby Duberstein.
Now you have the thing is for the Mustangs defenses, they can throw deep, and you have to be prepared for it just because it's a possibility now for the rest of this game.
Yeah, credit the offensive line. Just had plenty of time to throw, and beautiful pass, but maybe led Duberstein up by maybe a half yard. FEL into punt, low line drive. That's going to get a friendly roll. Brought down by Verhagen. He'll be into Fox's territory. Still on the run. Verhagen, he's going to take it all the way to the house. Trevor Verhagen. 55-yard punt return gives the Mustangs a 22-7 lead. Boy, Verhagen, I thought there were a couple chances he was either going to be tackled or pushed out of bounds, but again, showing his athleticism. The special teams touchdown makes it 22-7, Little Chute.
Coaches preach discipline on the sideline where you have to make sure and get these tackles, have your coverage, and I think that bounce that at one point looked like it was going to work out for FEL, gave that opportunity for that great return.
This time they will try the point after. Matthew Peters doing the kicking. Snap good. Low line drive, and it is good. So with 7:06 to go in the second quarter, Little Chute leading FVL by a score of 23-7. That's our ThedaCare Orthopedic video stream game of the week on The Score. We're back after this break.
You love to move, to ride, to chart your own course. You live life at full speed. Sometimes you take it a little slower, but when pain slows your stride and keeps you off the trail, you want help now. At ThedaCare Orthopedic Walk-In Care, we help you move like you mean it. Today, not someday. ThedaCare Orthopedic Walk-In Care. Get seen. Get moving.
A century is made up of minutes, but more importantly, of moments. Moments of hard work, dedication, challenges, and triumphs. From Myron Construction, the past 100 years were built by the steady hands of tradespeople who laid a strong foundation, and continues to thrive because of our passionate team members. As we close this significant chapter of our history, our sights are set on what we will accomplish together in the years to come, because together we'll continue building excellence.
And we are back. Excitement from the special teams of the Mustangs. Trevor Verhagen, 55-yard punt return just in the right sidelines. New kicker for the Mustangs. High end over and kick at the 14. And brought down right around the 31, 32-yard line. Levi Herman on the return for the Foxes. So right now, Zach, 23-7. Still a lot of time left in the game. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. This turnovers and, again, special teams have been the difference tonight.
Yeah, we've seen already this season with Plymouth down by 3 touchdowns, fight their way back. I mean, momentum can shift in a moment here. I mean, you get one long touchdown, a defensive stop, you put another score, you're right back in the game. And yeah, right now for the Foxes, there's no reasons to worry. You're still in the second quarter, plenty of time left in this game. You know what your offense was able to do in 2 of the possessions, able to move the ball pretty well. Now it's just trying to get back. And they were also pinned back pretty deep, and that's not going to help out your offense.
And they were so close to that 87-yard touchdown just over the outstretched hands of Duberstein. Hyges on the scramble, breaks the tackle. Nice spin move by Hyges. Near first down territory, call it a gain of 9. Again, see the rushing ability of the quarterback, Braden Hyges, for 9, and makes it 2nd and 1.
And I think that's the other thing, too. We talked about how, you know, Hermson has that experience, know when to run. We're also seeing that with Hyges. He knows when that defense is breaking down and when his offensive line will start losing their blocking. It's doing enough to get that 2nd and manageable.
2nd and 1 for FVL. Hyges, inside handoff to Byer. Big hit by Joe, and we're going to get a penalty. Not for a first down. We'll see what the call is. Flag thrown by the line judge right in front of the Little Chute bench. And I saw the referee pointing towards FEL. I didn't see the call, though. I was looking down at my roster. usually from that position, from the line judge, illegal motion or illegal formation, illegal procedure.
Well, and that's why that run by Hydras is huge. So you get it's pretty solid when you're at second and one. But now even at 2nd and 6, your offense can still operate and call all the plays you want in your playbook. So it's not a bad penalty compared to what it would have been if you had a no gain and then you're looking at 2nd and 15.
Second and 6 for the Foxes. Hydras with the pass had a receiver but threw it low, intended, I believe that was for Weston Byer out of the backfield. Third and long again, this time for FVL. Update from New York. Brewers in the top of the 6th, leading the Mets by a score of 6-2. The Miz on the mound. Just had a no-hitter going through the 5th, but gave up a couple runs in the bottom of the 5th. High just pass going to be to Herman. Herman's got the first down. Nice little out pattern for Levi Herman. And good throw, good catch for FEL. Is going to move the chains.
That's what the Foxes needed, just to get a first down and get some momentum back on that offense. You're already approaching midfield. This game is not far out. You look at the score, it seems like a lot, 23-7, but if you can put a touchdown on the board, down by 9, you're going to be in that situation that this game is far from over. And for the players that do play on defense on this Foxes team, they're getting a break, which they've been on the field quite often.
Herman out wide left for FVL. Going to be the pitch to Byer. Byer at the 50. Nice open field tackle. Dane Gintham on the tackle from his defensive tackle position. And nice gain, though, for FVL. They've been doing a nice job on first down, making, like you said earlier, Zach, making second down much more manageable.
Well, you want these big gains on first down because it also prevents, if you have an illegal procedure penalty, it's not as deadly as it would be if you had no gain. Keeps the drive going.
High just no running backs. Little out pattern again on the drop. Had an open receiver. A little low, but it could have been a catchable pass.
Besides the penalty, this set of downs is just mirroring the last set.
2 men in, the intended receiver on that last play for FVL. Byer just to the left of Hyges. Hyges going to pass. Deflected and nearly caught on the deflection, but it'll be incomplete. Kill Lohberger, the intended receiver. Fourth down. Imagine, I don't want to speculate, but I would think FVL will go for it. Clock stops with the incomplete pass. 4:56 to go here in the second quarter. Little Chute up 23-7. Couple touchdown runs by Jaden Hermson and that 55-yard punt return by Trevor Verhagen, the scoring for Little Chute. FEL's touchdown, a 65-yard run by quarterback Hyges. Fourth down again, a deflection caught, and the receiver, a nice open field tackle. That was Weston Byer, but he was stopped, I believe, by number 14, Leighton McCann. So another turnover on downs, this time by the Mustangs defense. Back-to-back passes deflected on the line by Little Chute, and nearly a first down. Great effort by Byer, but just short.
I mean, these were two passes that easily could have been caught. I mean, it catch the second one after being deflected, but that also changed the route by a yard or two. And it's not a bad call, and I think, you feel confident this offense going on fourth down later in the game.
Hand off to Joden. Joden nearly runs over a defensive back. Will carry that first defensive back, Martin, for a first down. Actually, move it back a yard or two. Not a first down. 2nd and 1 for the Mustangs. Hermson back to pass. Hermson looking deep, and that pass going to go way out of bounds, intended for William Gofford. 2nd and 1, go for the, like they call, go for the big gain. Not there, and you still now just have a very manageable 3rd and 1 on offense.
I mean, he thought he had a chance because I had no clue he was going to throw deep, and you might get lucky if a cornerback's just thinking, oh, they're just going to run again on this play, and had an opportunity. Yeah,
trying to maybe catch the cornerback peeking into the backfield and have the receiver run past him, but a good coverage by FEL forces the incomplete pass. 3rd and 1 for Little Chute. Hermson going to call his own number. Hermson's got a first down. Brought down right at the 40-yard line. Nice open field tackle by Jack Kroenke. Another first down for the Mustangs. The referee indicating to run the clock once the chain's set. They are. Boy, big possession for both teams here, winding down to the first half. Captain Obvious here, but a 3-touchdown lead, a lot better than a 2-touchdown lead on either side of the football for both teams. Jordan, the carry, tackled by Josiah Schaefer.
I mean, for the Foxes right now, your number one goal is just to end this half by keeping out the Mustangs on the end zone. I mean, that is going to be a tough task right here with just about 3:10 left in the second quarter. It's for the Mustangs, use this whole quarter, just take a slow drive and get that touchdown, as you mentioned, having just over a 3-touchdown lead. This is perfect what you want on your home field.
Again, Little Chute very patient on offense. Will set up, then sometimes reset, get the instructions from head coach Mark Kromenacher. I think we got a false start penalty. Had a couple of players moving, so that's going to come back. 2 men in motion at the same time. So legal procedure, move it back 5 yards. We'll make it 2nd and long for Little Chute.
Yeah, tough break there for the Mustangs. Would have been a first down carry.
Legal motion. That's what this offense too. It's practice. There's a lot of moving parts in this offense, and that time just a little miscommunication with 2 guys moving at the same time. Of course, FEL will accept the penalty, making it 2nd and 7.
I mean, this is a penalty that the Foxes needed just to be able to push them back, make these a little, increase the chance just a little bit of trying to get a punt on this set of downs.
Yeah, they'll accept the penalty, make it 2nd and 12.
For the Foxes, though, you still have to stop this offense in the next 2 plays, which we've seen these carries. You might stop the first one for a yard or 2, and then they can rip off a 15, 16-yard gain.
And also Little Chute with only 1 timeout left. FEL with all 3. Verhagen in motion. Inside handoff to Joden. Joden got a big hole. Joden tackled at about the 34-yard line of the Foxes. And clock ticking. Mentioned only 1 timeout left for Little Chute. So plenty of time. 2:15 clock moving.
At this point, I would say 4-down territory for the Mustangs.
Well, 3rd and 6 for Little Chute. And we're going to get another encroachment penalty. 2nd one of the evening. And won't be a first down, but now instead of 3rd and 6, make it 3rd and 1. I think that'll be one of the things that the FEL coaches we talked to about their defensive line just can't let that happen.
Well, not on the player that was called for the illegal procedure for the Mustangs. I feel a little bit better that they made up that penalty.
And Hermson going to call his own number. Quarterback sneak's going to be enough for the first down. Clock will stop as they set the chains. Beautiful night. After the lunar eclipse tonight, the moon off to the horizon, starting to rise. 1st and 10, Little Chute. And Hermson backing off. Jones still in at running back for Little Chute. Hermson going to keep himself the pitch to King. Not much running room. It's going to keep him in bounds, so the clock will be running. Sam King's first carry of the night. This is where one timeout could come back to haunt you. A team that doesn't pass a lot, sort of limited in your play selection. We've seen a couple trick passes already for Little Chute, so anything is possible. Inside handoff, Jordan, not much there. Coach Kromanak going to use his final timeout, and he will. We'll keep it here. 49 seconds to go, 23-7. Little Chute with the lead. Coming up next Thursday night, Zach and I will be at Neenah High School. FEA conference will get under action, and we got the Neenah Rockets hosting the Appleton East Patriots again Thursday night, so our third Thursday night in a row. And then I believe after that, we're Friday nights the rest of the year. Neenah coming off a heartbreaking overtime loss, probably the game of the week last week, to Green Bay Notre Dame. Ashton Van Beek, the quarterback, accounted for all 7 touchdowns, but wasn't enough for Neenah as Kingston Allen and the Tritons won in overtime. And speaking of trick plays, on a trick play, so we should have a good one. I'm looking forward to seeing the Rockets and the Patriots as the FEA season kicks off next week.
Yeah, and the last time we broadcasted Appleton East, that was when they surprised Appleton North at home in the big game that we had late last year. So we'll see how the Patriots look in the second year.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the last time we did Neenah, they had a tough loss at Hortonville in the final regular season game of the year. But
we had those back-to-back weeks.
We did. So 3rd and 8 for the Mustangs. 49 seconds to go here in the first half. Hermson rolling out. Hermson pass caught by Verhagen. Nice pass, nice catch by Trevor Verhagen. Going to be enough for a first down. Elijah Matoli on the tackle. Clock now ticking. 1st and 10. Hermson going to keep his own number. Hermson breaking the tackle, still on his feet, still moving the pile. That's going to be a 1st and goal. Clock will stop as they move the chain. It's Jaden Hermson again with a strong run. Clock is running, no timeouts left. Hermson, quarterback sneak. They're going to have to hurry. I'm not sure if they're going to have enough time to spike the ball and try to get a field goal. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I don't think he did. I think the clock ran out. Let's see if they're going to give him 1 second on the clock. They are giving him a second. I don't think the FPL coaches next to me don't agree. They thought the scoreboard said 0. Now they're going to bring in the field goal unit for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I mean,
Matthew Peters to do the kicking.
I know the coaching is over on the bench for Little Chute were confused why the clock was starting a little bit early, but hey, this is what happens. You got to be ready for those late seconds, and they got 0.1 left.
Good snap, kick up and high, and somehow, wow. Not sure how that kick went in. Short field goal. Kicked very high and probably made the cross by 1 or 2 yards at the most. So we've played one half of football. All Little Chute here in the first half, taking advantage over a couple turnovers, a punt return, and then a last-second field goal. One half in the books. Little Chute leading FEL by a score of 26-7. It's our Orthopedic ThedaCare video stream game of the week. We'll take a little bit of break, and we'll be back to get you ready for second half action here from Little Chute High School.
Life is about balancing what you need with what you want. You need.
At Myron Construction, relationships are at the core of everything we do. While our roots run deep in the Midwest, our reach has expanded nationally as we follow our clients across the country to bring their projects to life. In an ever-evolving industry that leans heavily on resourcefulness and hard work, our project teams take great pride in not only delivering successful projects, but in building lasting relationships with our clients and partners. Together, we are building excellence.
At Fox Valley Technical College, we believe the student comes first.
All of your instructors have industry background. We're talking years. That builds a really strong foundation for educational growth.
Part-time, full-time, it's really whatever is best for the student.
I'm a mom, I work 2 jobs, and I also go to school full-time.
It really just is a different kind of culture here.
This is just the place to be. Become exactly who you think you are.
You like to go places and move fast. No, not that fast. A different kind of fast. You play like you're years younger. Because he just wants to have fun with Grandpa. So pain, there's no time for that. With ThedaCare Orthopedic Care, we help you move past pain. So you can keep doing what makes you, well, you. ThedaCare Orthopedic Care. Stronger you. Starting now.
And welcome back to Little Chute High School. Gary Burleski along with Zach Morris. We are at the half. The 3-minute timer has just been set, so we're about, as I mentioned, about 3 minutes away from the kickoff. And Zach, again, you look at the score, and it's obviously 26-7, but I thought it was a much more competitive game than the scoreboard indicates.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game that can easily can swing back to FEL. It's just having to score a touchdown, get a defensive stop, get another touchdown on the board, and you can put pressure on the Mustangs. I mean, maintain the leads have been tough. We saw that last week with Menasha and Plymouth, where Menasha in the second half had a 3-touchdown lead, and that just wasn't enough to hold. So it's not going to be simple for the Mustangs to hold this offense. We know the Foxes can move the ball. It's just they have to find out how to put points on the board. But great job by the defense by Little Chute. The fact that they had two deflected passes that played a huge role in ending that down on 4th down and 3rd down that last drive. Scores in the area, we have West De Pere leading Appleton North 21-0 at halftime. Kimberly trailing Bayport 14-7 at the half, and we have Appleton West Terrors. They lead the Sheboygan South Red Wings 12-8. Interesting score at halftime. And Battle of Redbirds, we have the De Pere Redbirds leading the Fond du Lac Cardinals 28-6.
Yeah, some big games tonight, tomorrow night on our radio side on The Score, AM 1570, 99.1. We will, Tony G and Dick Napinski back at Xavier as the Xavier Hawks will host Freedom. Freedom, again, a very impressive win in week 1. They're in the same conference here as Little Chute. Looking at the schedule, I think week 7, 6 or 7, Little Chute will travel to Freedom. That really could be the game of the year in that conference. Freedom, a lot of high expectations, and from what I've seen tonight with Little Chute, they're as good as advertised, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, what we saw last year, they are looking exactly like it this year. I mean, the fact that they're not in mid-season form. They're being able to just run at will, being able to just push the defense and get these running lanes, and you're just seeing smart running. I mean, it's one thing to waiting for your offensive line to open. It's also having the patience and waiting to have those open lanes to run through. Without that, you're not going to have much success running the ball. I mean, we're even seeing plays working out well where they're able to be in situations of just running reverses and being able to have the running back toss some 2-point conversions. I mean, this is makes the Mustangs so dangerous. So many things you have to game plan for.
Yeah, a couple turnovers. Really been a difference. Interception and a fumble. So 2 turnovers for FEL in the first half. None for the Mustangs. And, again, the final 3 points with the FL coaches to our left. They weren't happy at all. I thought the clock ran out. Hermson was trying to spike it, and they basically gave almost like a tenth of a second. And the kicker, Peters, barely made an 18-yard field goal to make it 26-7. But I thought, again, it was 16-7 at the 13-yard line. FEL High just had Duberstein wide open for what would have been an 87-yard touchdown. Just missed him. And then after that, it was Trevor Verhagen took the punt 55 yards. And then the final field goal to end the half has made it 26-7. Lone score for FEL was a 65-yard touchdown run in the first quarter by Braden Hydges. Jaden Hermson with 2 touchdown runs for Little Chute, and as I mentioned, Trevor Verhagen had the 55-yard punt return for the 3rd touchdown for Little Chute. So 24 minutes left of football here to go in the second half. Again, a beautiful night for football. Really nice crowd. Pretty full on both sides of the field. You can see the FEL across the field, and Little Chute right below us here as Little Chute will receive to start the second half. Herman will be in to do the kicking for FEL.
The key of the game, Gary, is going to be who makes that first adjustment and be able to start tipping the momentum in their favor. Can it be the Foxes just gain a quick 3 and out, maybe a little rusty offense for the Mustangs, or can Little Chute just continue to run block the way they have been and maybe do some trickery again and put another touch on the board to really build on that lead?
So Herman ready to do the kicking right at the 40-yard line. High and over and kick down to the 15. believe that is Hippus on the return. Big hit down, and we're going to get a penalty, and that'll come back. Nice return for Little Chute, but going to be called back. Correction number 39, Peter Etha on the return for Little Chute. Good return, but let's going to move that one back. Holding penalty on the kick return unit. Yeah, but big defensive stand here for FEL. I'm sure that was one of the things that Coach Seth Yeager talked about was making those defensive adjustments that you just talked about. Haven't given up the big play. The biggest play other than the punt return, but on offense, it's probably the touchdown run by Hermson to start the game.
Yeah, he had that long run on that play action, and that just got this confused defense for the Foxes.
So 1st and 10 at the 23 for the Mustangs. And we're going to get a false start penalty. Wide receiver William Goffert took off early, and he's going to be quickly replaced. 5 yards, so back-to-back penalties to start the second half. Not the way I'm sure Coach Mark Kromenacher wants that second half to begin. Very disciplined coach, and he expects that out of the team.
Well, and here's that opportunity for the Foxes, trying to find a way to get that ball back early in the second half. You mentioned that holding call and the kick return, and now that 5-yard penalty.
Inside handoff to Joden. Joden gets about that penalty yards back and maybe another yard or two. So I'm going to credit both coaches, Seth Yeager and Mark Kromenacher, for giving us the time to speak with us before the game. I know there's always a lot of activities, and even for Coach Kromenacher, dude, that guy's fit. We were set up waiting for the interviews, and he's doing stairs and push-ups here at Little Chute and right before the game. Credit to Coach Mark. But both coaches, very classy guys, and again, appreciate their time and willingness to speak with us. Hermson going to keep it himself. Late pitch, and a broken tackle is Hippus. Hippus could be gone. Nickley for one block. Hippus at the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. 76-yard touchdown run for number 33, Tyler Hippus. Boy, Hippus broke a couple tackles, got a big block by Reese Joten down the field, and took it to the house. Well, maybe a Jinx FEL said they've been doing a good job not giving up the big play. Well, there was the biggest play of the night, thanks to Tyler Hippus.
Well, and that's how it works. You have these surprising plays of pitching the ball out, being able to figure out a situation. Hey, are we able to just get something going? And it's not the first time they pitched throughout the game. They've seen them use pitches a few times in this matchup, and they've been able to catch them all and really run them. And it's executing these pitches and being able to find out where you can use these throws and everything else. And this offense, again, trickery is their game, because it's hard enough to defend this offense, just how they run their base stuff, and then you throw in pitches and running backs throwing balls. It makes it difficult.
I think you made a great point in the first half, Zach, about the running ability and the decision-making of quarterback Jaden Hermson. Hasn't had a pitch all night. Took right before a big hit, pitched it to Hippus, and Hippus did the rest.
Yeah.
It's just a great decision, that split second. Instead of keeping it, Hermson trusted Hippus, got the pitch, and Hippus did the rest. And then credit Reese Joden all the way downfield, about the 40-yard line, got that key block, and then Hippus walked into the end zones. Another 2-point conversion, inside handoff, and big hit right at the 1-yard line, so they're going to be denied. Joden hit hard. So for the first time tonight, the 2-point conversion not good. So 11:03 to go here in the third quarter. Little Chute leading the Foxes 32-7. It's our ThedaCare Orthopedic video stream game of the week here on The Score.
At Fox Valley Technical College, we believe the student comes first.
All of your instructors have industry background. We're talking years. That builds a really strong foundation for educational growth.
Part-time, full-time, it's really whatever is best for the student.
I'm a mom. I work 2 jobs, and I also go to school full-time.
It really just is a different kind of culture here.
This is just a place to be. Become exactly who you think you are.
Fall football is an exciting tradition at Fox Valley Lutheran High School. Whether it's music, sports, academics, or co-curriculars, FVL students are well prepared for the challenges of the world today. Caring teachers, timeless truth, and a state-of-the-art facility make FVL an outstanding choice for those important high school years. To find out more about Fox Valley Lutheran High School, give them a call, 739-4441, or look us up on the web at fvlhs.org. Kick from the Mustangs down to about the 10-yard line. That's number 6, Byer, on the return. He's got a lot of running room. Nice return for Byer. About a 33-yard return for Weston Byer, junior running back for the Foxes. So they'll have the ball in excellent field position. Their first possession here of the third quarter. And just looking at this offense act, too, is this the weapons that Coach Kromenacher has.
Yeah, I mean, just be able to just attack from so many different avenues is what led them to state last year, and then they're hoping it will bring them back to state this year.
So Braden Hyde is back in at quarterback. Weston Byer, the running back, next to him. Duberstein in motion. Hyde just going to be another penalty. I think we can have a illegal motion. Joden on the tackle. Late fumble, but after Hyde just was ruled down. I believe we're going to get legal procedure by FEL. So legal motion. So just as Little Chute started their first drive of the second half of the penalty, so does Fox Valley Lutheran. If they accept it.
I would imagine they're going to accept the penalty, push them back.
Yeah, the Little Chute coaches motioning to accept it. So it'll be 1st and 15 to start the drive.
I just imagine you want to take every penalty because the further that offense is back, the more they're going to panic for a deep throw and a possibility for interception. If you're on the defense,
at
least.
One tonight. That was Reese Joden, opening drive of the game, right about the 2-yard line. Joden, Hyde just on the scramble, dumps it off to Byer. Byer at the 35. To try to break a tackle, but unable to. Nice open field tackle was number 15, Mason Schneider. Byer is going to get that 5 yards back, make it 2nd and 10 for FVL. Score update.
That's all you need to do is just get the penalty yardage back. So if it's 2nd and 10, you're back on pace, get another 5 yards, take your chance at 3rd and 5.
Hey, 5 yards every play. You're going to be in good shape. Score update from New York. The Brewers top of the 8th. Still leading the Mets 6-2. Cubs the day off today, so the Brewers with the win could be back up to 7 games. With a big 4-game series coming up next week at Wrigley Field. 3 coming up this weekend at home against the Rangers. Hyde just once again. High snap, brings it down. Going to call his own number. Hyde just back at the original line of scrimmage. Maybe, we'll call it no gain. Good pursuit. Once again, that was Schneider. Back-to-back tackles for Little Chute. Joden also in there for the assist. 3rd and 10. There we go. I realize it's 3rd down. Pair of running backs next to Hyde. Hyde just going to roll out to his right again, dumping it down to Byer. Byer breaks the tackle. Could have a first down. I think he's going to be a little bit short. Actually ran out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds at the 49-yard line of Little Chute. Interesting call. I think though here, Zach, down 32-7, you got to go for it.
Yeah, he was able to elude a few tacklers to be able to get to this situation. Now with 4th and short, you have to go for it. Because the thing is, once the Mustangs get the ball back, time is going to start dripping just right off this clock, and you have to make every possession count from this point on.
Yeah, look for Hyde just to call his own number here, 4th, and call it a long 3. Instead, the handoff to Byer. Byer going to be really close. I think he might just – it depends on the spot of the ball. From that spot, it looks like a first down. Will we see our first measurement, or they just might move the chains? I think they're just going to move it. Yep, there's the referee giving the sign. Nice job by Byer to get just enough yardage to get that first down.
Yeah, down 25. You basically need to get at least points on the board, preferably a touchdown. But time will be a factor in a few drives.
I just straight drop back, looking deep. That ball could be intercepted and dropped and nearly caught by Tuominen. Oh, Hunter Weinenberg had an easy interception, and unfortunately, Jacoby Duberstein down for the Foxes. One of the Little Chute trainers coming out right away to assist. Boy, that's a ball that Weinenberg would have loved to have back.
Well, that's the problem is when you throw these deep balls and they do get deflected the way that one does, the moment it touches someone else's hand, your hand-eye coordination just doesn't react fast enough.
And Duberstein, you can see him to the right, walking off under his own power, but with a big limp. Looks like a lower ankle or lower leg injury. It'd be a big loss for FEL's offense. But fortunately for FEL, no turnover, and Tuominen, number 12, almost caught the deflection for FEL. Jackson Cheerio's second home run of the game makes it 8-2. After sitting out and getting a breather yesterday, 4 for 4 for Pat Murphy's Milwaukee Brewers.
It would have been a phenomenal catch to be able to have the hand-eye coordination and the focus to be able to catch it.
That's close. 2nd and 10 for FEL. I just quick screen, and again, Tuominen running before he caught it with the incomplete. Took his eye off the ball. It's a mistake you see at all levels. Run before the catch.
Well, I want to take a look to see where the blockers were set, but the problem is when you start focusing too much on your next move, you forget about catching the ball.
Third and 10 for FEL. Fake handoff to Byer. Quick pass down the middle, and they're going to have a first down. Nice completion that time to Cale Lohberger. Lohberger on the slant gets the first down. Nice throw by Hyges.
Little Chute was lucky not to have 12 men on the field with the fact that one player ran off just off in time right before the snap.
So other guys are going to have to come in for the injured Jacoby Duberstein. Hyges looking. Quarterback scramble. Puts his head down near the 35-yard line. Well, gain of 4 at the 31. Hyges a decent-sized kid. Around the field when the players came out for warm-ups. Older brother Liam, a previous quarterback for Seth Yeager's Fox Valley Lutheran. Also see another Hyges, Weston, assuming that's maybe a brother, or not a cousin. So more Hygeses in the FEL chain. Hyges looking deep and pass over the head of Lohberger, incomplete. Good coverage by Weinenberg. Another 3rd and long for FEL. FEL's definitely had more success with the passes underneath. Haven't been able to get the big gain. They came so close, I mentioned earlier a few times, on that 87-yard Duberstein was wide open and blew past the defensive backs, and Hydges just missed him by maybe a yard, overthrew him. Clock stopped, 6:55 to go here in the third quarter. Hydges looking down the middle, threads the needle, and that ball's going to fall incomplete. Had an open receiver, but after the hit, falls incomplete. I believe that was Lohberger again.
Well, now it brings up a huge fourth down for the Foxes, as this drive has taken a few minutes off the clock. You need to be able to try to keep this drive going and have a chance in this game.
A big fourth down for FVL. That Lohberger looked like he was open. Not sure if it was dropped the ball after the hit or before. Tight coverage, but a good throw by Hydges to get it in that window. Hydges looking down the middle. He's got a receiver. Nice pitch and catch. Tuominen comes back after the drop. The biggest catch of the night for Jonah Tuominen. Going to get us first and goal for FEL on that 4th and 7 conversion.
So we're seeing right now the Foxes, it just has to get the fourth down to make those big plays, and maybe that opens up the passing.
So first and goal at the 8 for FVL. I just got a great arm. Showed it right there. Nice crossing pattern. Little pitch to Byer. Byer at the 5. Puts his head down. That's about where he stopped. Right at the 5-yard line. Gain of 2. Four wide receivers set, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom for FVL. Byer to the right of Hydges. Hydges going to call his own number on the quarterback draw. Breaks a tackle by Joden, but Joden does enough to slow him down. I don't think we have any gain for Hydges of 1 maybe. It looks like we'll call it no gain on the play.
Yeah, this defense from the Mustangs just tightening up just inside the 10-yard lines, making it real difficult for the Foxes. Still will have 2 chances to get 6 yards, but there's just not much wiggle room against that Mustang defense.
Maybe they're waiting for that fourth down where they've had all the success here in the third quarter. Time-consuming drive, but still productive, but got to get some points here, and especially 6 for FVL to stay in this one. Byer to the left of Hydges. Hydges going to roll to his left. Rolling. Little dump down. He's got a receiver. That's Lohberger. Lohberger dives into the end zone for the 6-yard touchdown reception from Braden Hydges. Makes it 32-13. Little Chute. Nice little pattern, little good execution just on the dump down. Lohberger in motion from 6 yards out from Hydges.
I think right now the Foxes are trying to figure out, is it worth going for 2 at this point in the game? Do you start catching points?
And looks like they will. 32-13.
Well, it's fourth down mentality now on this play.
Really well-executed play by the Foxes. This time Hydges rolling to his right. He's got a receiver wide open, and that is Tuominen. Tuominen with the 2-point conversion. Makes it 32-15. So FEL, their first drive, answers with a touchdown. 4:57 to go in the third quarter. Our ThedaCare Orthopedic Care video stream game of the week. It's Little Chute leading FEL 32-15. Back after this break.
You like to go places and move fast. No, not that fast. A different kind of fast. You play like you're years younger. Because he just wants to have fun with Grandpa. So pain, there's no time for that. With ThedaCare Orthopedic Care, we help you move past pain. So you can keep doing what makes you, well, you. ThedaCare Orthopedic Care. Stronger you. Starting now.
Time for a message from Central Temperature Equipment Service. When it comes to commercial heating, cooling, refrigeration, sheet metal fabrication, installation, call Central Temperature Equipment Service. For over 45 years, they've been centrally located in the Fox Valley, focusing on you, the customer. And with Rheem Engineered for Life products, you know you're getting reliability. Visit centraltemperature.com today. We always do. So a nice answer for FVL. 6-yard touchdown pass from Hedges to Lohberger, and then the 2-point conversion makes it 32-15. Wonder if the FVL try the onside kick to try to steal a possession here with 4:57 to go in the third quarter.
I mean, to come back in this game, a turnover will have to happen for the Foxes, and just have to make sure you score every possession because you might only have 3 or 4 left.
Herman to do the kicking. And he'll kick it deep over the head. And the ball picked up at the 6-yard line. Is Tubon. Tobin, excuse me, on the return. Called his name a lot in the first half. Did some kicking, did some running, recovered a fumble. Little Chute now with the ball. 4:51 to go, 32-15.
So the big thing here now for the Mustangs is just run your offense. It's going to take time off the clock. You're a run-first team, and right now your offense is pretty much unstoppable.
Couple scores, Bayport leading Kimberly 21-7. West Pier all over Appleton North 28-0. West Pier, defending state champs, back at it. De Pere 28-13 over Fond du Lac. Inside handoff, not much yardage there for the Mustangs. And Kimberly, boy, tough schedule. Last week against Hamilton, top 5 team. Bayport, one of the top teams in the state. Same for Appleton North. Last week beat a very good McGuanaco team at home, but tonight on the road. Getting whipped up by the Phantoms, 28-0. Appleton West leading Sheboygan South, 12-8. Bondwell leading Coleman at the half, 12-7. Again, Hermson going to call his number, and this time the defense there. Nice job by Braden Hedges at linebacker with the tackle. So exactly what FEL needs to do is put this Little Chute team in 3rd and long and try to get a stop.
Yeah, this is what's been difficult for the Foxes is this play on 3rd down because you don't know what you're to expect from the Mustangs. I run that read option style play for the quarterback because they can't stop them every time they run this in these big 3rd downs.
3rd and 7 for the Mustangs. Hermson under center. Pitch to Verhagen. Verhagen, nice cutback. Verhagen, great speed. Again, all the weapons that Mark Kromenacher has on offense, he utilizes them to perfection. This time, it's Verhagen from the receiver position gets the big gain on 3rd and long for a 1st down.
I mean, Verhagen, the second he did that cutback, he had that lane, and he saw that, and he just took off.
Clock continues to roll. I got Jordan, Verhagen, Hippis. Then Hermson at quarterback, all with athleticism and speed, and this time it's Hermson. Breaks the tackle. Hermson going to cut it up. Hermson at the 40, 45-yard line. Nice gain on 1st down. And, I mean, that's just, how do you stop that, Zach?
I mean, 2 plays ago, if you're the Foxes, you're thinking, hey, we're going to get the ball back. We just got to get one more stop, and now you're near midfield and a 2nd and short where now Little Chute can go to the air if they want to. They tried a deep pass in this situation in the last half. I wonder if they try the same thing.
Clock still ticking. 2:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Kang in motion. Hermson going to call his own number again. And then the late pitch to Kang. Nice defense by Little Chute. I believe that was Hedges again, along with number 26, Michael Gudekunst, on the tackle.
I think it's really remarkable by the Mustangs is being able just for how often they run and do pitches. Not to fumble at all. I mean, just to be very careful with the ball and protect it is pretty tough to do because we can even see teams in the collegiate level and professional level, fumbles you just can't avoid.
No, they're so well coached, and Mark Kromenacker talked about that, the importance of taking care of the football, and that's exactly what his team has done tonight. Hermson again calls his own number. Schaefer on the tackle. Gain of 4 for Jaden Hermson. Correction, Elijah Mattioli on the tackle for FVL. And right now the clock's your friend for Little Chute, and they are certainly taking advantage, letting that clock run down to the last second before Hermson will snap it. Verhagen with the pitch again, a nice cutback. Going to be a little bit short of the first down by maybe a yard or two.
When Verhagen ever has the ball in his hands, he just knows when to head north. And
he does.
I mean, that's where this offense, again, you have different runners, they have different abilities, and there's just so much to prepare for.
That's a great point. Verhagen, excellent job. He did that on that 3rd and long. Just makes the cut and heads north-south. And Little Chute taking all the time they can. Hermson, quarterback sneak's going to have the first down. We do have a flag. I think we're going to get legal motion by Little Chute. So instead of 3rd and 1, call it 3rd and 6. I believe that was the initial indication of the line judge right in front of the Mustangs bench.
Well, it's going to be accepted. It would have been a first down, so it gives that one extra chance for the Foxes to end this drive.
Illegal motion on Little Chute. Clock ticking. Hermson under center. Another pitch back to Verhagen. Again, the cutback. Verhagen puts his head down. Gonna be a little bit short of the first down by about a yard when his knee touched down. So that's going to final play of the 3rd quarter. Our ThedaCare Orthopedic Care video stream game of the week. Little Chute leading FVL after 3 quarters of football, 32-15. We're back after this break.
What is the mark of a true builder? At Myron Construction, we believe it's in the details. It's the strong sense of commitment to the people and places in which we work. The more than 100 years of experience we bring to every project site. It's our labor force, 1,200 strong. Our investment in cutting-edge equipment and technology, and our commitment to exceeding expectations. Most of all, it's our passion for bringing dreams to life. This is building excellence.
Excitement is high this fall at Fox Valley Lutheran High School. FVL offers a tradition of excellence both in and out of the classroom. Our beautiful North Appleton campus is home to quality Christian education for all students, whether college-bound or interested in trades. To find out more about Fox Valley Lutheran High School or to schedule a tour, contact us at 739-4441 or visit us on the web at fvlhs.org.
For those paying attention, yes, I actually finally moved a quarter early this time, so it does say 4th quarter.
It is 4th quarter. We started the game in the 4th quarter, but we're going to get now the first play of the 4th quarter, and that's a Jaden Hermson quarterback keeper for another Mustangs first down.
And thanks to the fan, I did realize in the second quarter that I didn't move first, but we're making up for not showing the first quarter marker. They showed a little bit in the second quarter, so all back to normal. But big first down there by the Mustangs. Again, all they have to do in this drive is just be able to take more time off the clock. And for the Foxes, yes, time is not – you're going to be probably under 9 before you know it. This drive gets near the end zone. But you just have to find a way to keep the little Chute Mustangs off the scoreboard.
Try to generate a turnover, which has been impossible. Hermsen again with the keeper. Hermsen moving forward with the pile. About a gain of 8. To the credit of this offensive line's done a really nice job. It all starts up front with the big guys, and they've certainly created a lot of running lanes for guys like Hermsen, Joden, Verhagen, Hippus, etc.
And speaking of turnovers, there's 2 turnovers for the Foxes, 0 for the Mustangs. And it's only 7 points off turnovers, but it's what happened on that first drive for the Foxes. You're driving and then that interception, 2-yard line, and then the next time they did get the ball, they're inside their own 20 and just had a hard time getting their offense going.
Second and short. Hermsen again on the keeper. Have another first down for Jaden Hermsen. Only 3 drives in that third quarter. Touchdown by Little Chute, long touchdown drive by FVL, and now Little Chute continuing their second drive of the second half here into the fourth quarter. Fast-moving game, contrary to what we had last week, with weather delays and injury timeouts and a lot of cramping. Inside handoff to Vandenhavel, I believe. Nice little spin move. Called a gain of 5 for Vandenhavel.
I mean, this is what Little Chute wants to do. You just keep running the ball. It's what the offensive line want. You just keep pushing your blockers ahead, and time continues to fall off the clock. All right, less than 10 minutes to go.
Vandenhavel staying in at running back for Little Chute. Kang in motion. Inside handoff, Vandenhavel going nowhere. Met at the line of scrimmage. Hyges again on the tackle. Oh, correction, John Alf, the PA announcer, does an outstanding job. Jacob Ratzberg on the tackle for FEL.
Here's that chance now for the Foxes. You can get a loss on this play. You might force the Mustangs to think about punting, but I think this is 4-down territory regardless for the Mustangs.
Yeah, definitely 4 down. But
and I can't see a punt inside the 30 either.
No. Vandenhavel gonna be short, so it's gonna create that 4th and probably yard. Again, that's gonna be Jaden Hermsen territory. I think we're gonna have an injured player. We do an FEL, one of the FEL players down on the ground. 8:36 to go in the fourth quarter. It'll give us an opportunity. We'll take a break. With 8:36 to go in the game, Little Chute up 32-15. It's our ThedaCare video stream game of the week here on The Score.
At Fox Valley Technical College, we believe the student comes first.
All of your instructors have industry background. We're talking years. That builds a really strong foundation for educational growth.
Part-time, full-time, it's really whatever is best for the student.
I'm a mom. I work 2 jobs, and I also go to school full-time.
It really just is a different kind of culture here.
This is just the place to be. Become exactly who you think you are.
Be 4th and short for Little Chute. Good news for FVL, the injured Fox's cornerback Elijah Mattioli walked off under his own power. Well, they did move the ball back about a yard. was originally 4th and 1. Now call it 4th and 2. The way Hermson runs the ball and the success they had at the quarterback stick still possible. You also got Joden right behind him, and that'll be the inside handoff to Joden. Joden nearly breaks a tackle, but Hyges with a touchdown-saving tackle. But be good enough, though, for a first down for Reese Joden and the Mustangs. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Little Chute's punted at all tonight.
I can't even think of them.
Had numerous 4th downs, but I don't remember calling their punter's name at all. So now at 8 minutes, pitch to Verhagen. Verhagen at the 5, brought down at the 5-yard line. 2nd and short for Little Chute. A lot of athletes on this offense, too. Multi-sports, many of these guys excellent baseball players, really good baseball program. The Legion team state champions this past summer for Little Chute. Verhagen, Joden, excellent baseball players. Kang in motion, inside handoff to Joden. Joden stopped, short gain, going to be short of the first down. Met by a host of FEL Foxes. Clock still ticking now, under 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter.
I mean, they're going to take half the quarter off on this drive alone. So if they don't even come up with points on it, I'm sure, Little Chute wants points, but the job has been done to take half the quarter off.
Yeah, it's been a long drive, almost, I think, nearing 9-10 minutes for this drive for Little Chute after the FEL touchdown late in the 3rd. Hermson. No gain. Again, they're going to create another 4th down situation for both teams. Schaefer on the tackle. Imagine if you're Mark Kromenacher, he's going to go for it. Verhagen coming to the sidelines. Talk to Coach Kromenacher, get instructions. 4th and 2 for Little Chute. Hermson backing off. Joden still in at running back, right behind Hermson. They may use a timeout here. Let's see if, they're going to. Back judge. There's the timeout from Mark Kromenacher. Gives us an opportunity for one more time. Tell you about our friends at Central Temperature Equipment Service. Time for a message from Central Temperature Equipment Service when it comes to commercial heating, cooling, refrigeration, sheet metal fabrication, and installation. Call Central Temperature Equipment Service for over 45 years. They've been centrally located in the Fox Valley, focusing on you, the customer. And with Rheem engineered for life products, you're getting reliability. Visit centraltemperature.com today. We always do. Coming up at the end of the game, we'll get your Fox Community Credit Union player of the game. First timeout used in the second half by Mark Kromenacher. Coming up next week, Zach and I are going to travel south to Neenah High School at the beautiful Neenah High School campus, where the Rockets will host the Appleton East Patriots. Kickoff at 7 p.m. Again, next Thursday night for our ThedaCare Orthopedic Care High School Video Stream Game of the Week. Looking forward to calling that one as well, our first FVA action of the season. 4th and short, Hermson under center. Joden in at running back. Now Verhagen in motion. Handoff to Joden. Joden puts his head down into the end zone for a 3-yard touchdown. to make it 38-15 Little Chute.
I mean, that has been the drive, the way they've been playing the whole entire game. They just ran the ball right down, took multiple minutes off the clock, over a half quarter. And that is just right after you have the Foxes getting that touchdown, 2-point conversion, multiple fourth downs, third and longs, and nothing can just stop this offensive line from just getting ahead of the game right now for the Mustangs.
Well, it looks like they'll go for 2 again, 38-15. That was a very long drive. Obviously took all of the fourth quarter and then the final couple minutes of the third quarter for the Mustangs. Verhagen, little slant pattern, a wide open. Verhagen from Hermston, for the 2-point conversion to make it 40-15. Mustangs with the big lead. 5:22 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's our ThedaCare Orthopedic Video Stream Game of the Week here on The Score.
You love to move, to ride, to chart your own course. You live life at full speed. Sometimes you take it a little slower, but when pain slows your stride and keeps you off the trail, you want help now. At ThedaCare Orthopedic Walk-In Care, we help you move like you mean it. Today, not someday. ThedaCare Orthopedic Walk-In Care. Get seen. Get moving.
At Fox Valley Technical College, we believe the student comes first.
All of your instructors have industry background. We're talking years. That builds a really strong foundation for educational growth.
Part-time, full-time, it's really whatever is best for the student.
I'm a mom. I work 2 jobs, and I also go to school full-time.
It really just is a different kind of culture here.
This is just the place to be. Become exactly who you think you are.
And there's the kick. FEL with their second possession of the second half. And, it's not like a broken record, Zach, but just a little Chute offense tonight, just been unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, this is more of an offense that they've been on their A game. And this is what it looked like in the second half of the season, and especially in the state tournament run, be able to get to the state championship, just falling short. But this is an offense that looks like they're primed already for another strong season, especially with their ground game.
It looks like we get some reserves coming in for FEL down 25. New quarterback in action. And nice play on first down. Get you some of the new players in for FEL. Number 7, Luke Byer in at quarterback. Weston Hygis on the reception for a nice first down on FEL's first play here in their fourth down drive here in the fourth quarter. Byer going to roll to his right, still rolling. Going to throw it downfield, nobody there. Second and long. And despite the score, I think this FEL team definitely going to have a good season. Excellent quarterback in Braden Hygis. I think right now they just ran into one of the best teams in the state of Wisconsin in this Little Chute Mustangs, and just couldn't execute much better tonight at Little Chute. Byer in motion, Byer at quarterback, long pass. That could be Verhagen in the vicinity, another incomplete, intended for Tumanen. So 3rd and 10 for FEL with 4:37 to go in the fourth quarter. Byer to Byer. And a big hit. Byer breaks the tackle from Reese Joden, but not going to get much yardage, if at all any. I think no gain on the play. Set up 4th and long. And it looks like the punting team coming in for FVL. Only the second punt of the night actually second or third. One of them was returned by Trevor Verhagen for a 55-yard touchdown.
They punted at least once this game.
It looks like the punt team is in. Nobody back deep for Little Chute. Low snap. Punt nearly blocked. Down to the 20. Nice roll for FVL all the way down to the 8-yard line. Good punt. Duvan Moldenhauer with the punt for FVL. Gets it down to the 8-yard line.
So I think the big takeaway for this game is for FVL. Yeah, it didn't go the way you want. This game looked like it was about to go back and forth. The offense looked like it was going to be able to match everything that the Mustangs were doing. But the biggest thing is you have to remember this season's so long. This is week 2. And going against Little Chute, they're a tough team. I mean, this was, as you mentioned, they went to the state championship game. They're bringing back a lot of seniors. This was not going to be an easy matchup. If anything, it gets you prepared for a team that you may face like this in the postseason once you get to that part of the season.
Looks like Little Chute too with some of their backups in on this series. Quarterback Caleb Radical. Radichel, maybe. Inside handoff. Radical. Thank you, John. Tobin on the carry, short gain. 2nd and 6 for the Mustangs, up 25-40 to 15. Radical, just a sophomore.
But I think this is also a reminder of how great Little Chute can be this season.
Yeah, with the experience they have on offense. I'm led by Jaden Hermson. Oh, and then Tubin breaks a tackle, and nice open field tackle. I believe that was Levi Herman. Saved a really big game. I think this offense really revolves around Jaden Hermson. We talked about the job he does running this offense, the decision making, his athleticism. They don't pass often, but he certainly has shown that he has the arm. He's got a great receiver in Verhagen who can also run the ball. You got an outstanding running back in Reese Joden. Hippus had the big play tonight, but I think it all evolves around Jaden Hermson.
It's tough for a team to get to the state championship. It's another when you get there and then you lose and trying to rebound from not winning that championship. But I think for Little Chute to have so many juniors on that team to return, and obviously they were dedicated throughout the offseason to improve themselves because this is just a phenomenal showing. We start seeing offenses click like this maybe in weeks 3, 4, but to do this in week 2 already and after coming off a big week as well, I mean, this offense looks like this is just ready to keep pushing. I mean, as long as that offensive line stays healthy, and you mentioned Hermson, if he keeps playing at the level he is, they're going to be dangerous all throughout the regular season.
Yeah, I don't think we gave enough credit for this offensive line. They did an incredible job tonight, and just the execution was top-notch for Little Chute this evening. Clock now under the 2-minute mark, still rolling. Radical in at quarterback. Again, taking his time. Waiting for the back judge. Let me get a motion there of a couple guys. Tubin going nowhere. Tobin with little or no gain. A lot of confusion on that play. Again, though, clock running. A few more plays, and that'll wrap it up this evening from Little Chute. So coming up, our Fox Communities Credit Union Player of the Game. Zach will have that coming our way before we sign off. And Radico waiting for the back judge to start motioning his countdown. I think we're going to get a false start. One of the linemen moved for Little Chute. I believe a legal procedure by the Mustangs. They'll need to move back 5 yards. We got some scores, Zach.
Appleton West leading Sheboygan South 36-8. West De Pere leading Appleton North 35-0. And De Pere defeated Fond du Lac 38-19.
The clock moving again. Could be the final play of this evening's football game. And inside handoff to Tubin, and FEL trying to strip it. Again, no turnovers on the night for Little Chute, and that will do it. Our final score. Little Chute dominating fashion tonight. Knocks off the Foxes from Fox Valley Lutheran by a score of 40-15. We're going to take one timeout, and when we return, we'll get you our Fox Communities Credit Union player of the game. Once again, the final: Little Chute 40, FEL 15. It's our ThedaCare Orthopedic video stream game of the week here on The Score.
At Fox Valley Technical College, we believe the student comes first.
All of your instructors have industry background. We're talking years. That builds a really strong foundation for educational growth.
Part-time, full-time, it's really whatever is best for the student.
I'm a mom. I work 2 jobs, and I also go to school full-time.
It really just is a different kind of culture here.
This is just a place to be. Become exactly who you think you are.
Gary Bolesky along with Zach Morris. Our final score from Little Chute High School in impressive fashion. Mark Kromanacker's Little Chute Mustangs knock off Fox Valley Lutheran 40-15. Time for our Fox Communities Credit Union player of the game, and I'll leave that to my broadcast partner, Zach Morris.
It's Hermson. The fact that you look at a quarterback leading the way for Little Chute, this is what they need. Someone who has the experience to be able, when to pitch the ball out, when to sit back, wait for the offensive line to seal their blocks, and then take off. He showed that multiple times throughout the game, and the command on that offensive line, even forcing the Foxes to get in the neutral zone a few times. That is tough to do, and that's why he is our player of the game.
Life is about balancing what you need with what you want. You need to plan for the future, but you want to focus on what's right in front of you. The Fox Rewards Suite can help find that balance with an exclusive collection of checking, savings, and money market accounts. When you bundle the Fox Rewards Suite, you'll get our best rates and can earn on average $2,000 a year in dividends and savings. So find your balance and let your money work harder. Sign up today. You know what you want. We have what you need at Fox Communities Credit Union.
Once again, final score: Little Chute knocks off Fox Valley Lutheran 40-15. The Mustangs now 2-0 in the season, while FVO falls to 1-1. Coming up next Thursday night, Zach and I will travel to Neenah High School for our next ThedaCare Orthopedic Care video stream game of the week, as the Neenah Rockets will host the Patriots from Appleton East, as FVA action will kick off from Neenah High School. Broadcast kickoff at 7 o'clock. Our pregame show we'll get on right around 6:45, 6:50 here on our Score YouTube page. A special thanks to all of our sponsors who made this broadcast possible tonight. Fox Valley Lutheran High School, Central Temperature Equipment Service.
Also, we have Myron Construction for joining on for this broadcast, and of course ThedaCare Orthopedic Care being our main sponsor for, and also we have Fox Valley Technical College. And can't forget about Hoffman, who sponsored the kickoff, and we also have Fox Communities Credit Union for the player of the game.
Yeah, thanks to every one of those sponsors for making this broadcast possible. So once again, for Zach Morris, Gary Bileski signing off from Little Chute High School. Hope you can join us next Thursday night. The final from Little Chute. The Mustangs 40, the Fox Valley Lutheran Foxes 15. Hope you have a great Thursday night, great Friday, and a great weekend. Thank you very much for watching the ThedaCare video stream game of the week here on The Score.